Hi, my name is Elaine Timchak, and I am the founder and executive director of Cultivate. I am so excited to start working with you. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to the history of Cultivate and what your work is going to look like as you take this journey with us. We are so excited to be serving you, and it is an honor and a pleasure to be able to invest into you as you invest into your community. Let me start by letting you know a little bit about myself. I started Cultivate in 2016 after having worked in international development for the last 15 years of my life. I started Cultivate because I believed that community insiders, people like you, are the best ones to affect change in their communities. But I also saw that there were so many barriers to people's success. And that's where Cultivate was born, with this idea, with the mission to empower community leaders like you, people who want to make a difference in their communities and in this world, but who know that they need the capacity, the training, and the coaching to be able to do that well. Let's start by looking at what our program will offer you. What is a Cultivate trainee? It is someone like you, someone from a community that struggles with poverty and marginalization, someone from anywhere in the world. Our Cultivate trainees are passionate and dedicated, but they're not experts or already leading a successful organization. They're community insiders who understand the culture, context, language, and challenges that a community faces. A Cultivate trainee ultimately is someone who wants to serve their community and know that they need help to better build their skills and knowledge to be able to do that work well. We know you are capable. We know that you know your community well, better than anyone outside of the community, and you understand the struggles of your community. And we are here to help you understand how to run a successful organization or community program. We will help you understand things like fundraising, communications, how to engage with your audience, and how to grow the resources that you need to be able to do great work. Let's look at a few things you should remember as you engage with our training. Some things may be different in your culture or do not make sense to you as you start engaging with the training. Remember, you must translate the training sometimes maybe into your own language if English is not your first language, but especially you must translate it into the context and culture of your community. We are teaching you how to do things from an American or Westernized perspective. You must understand this, especially if you're trying to engage with American or Western donors in order to get the resources for your community work. So, even though we understand that many of our trainees come from all different parts of the world, we still are teaching you from this perspective, and you must make it appropriate or contextualized to the community that you are serving. Remember that we also are not going to give you specific information about your program. Our training is generic and relevant to all kinds of different community work. So you must make it relevant to the work that you're doing. So if you're working with children or education or in hunger relief, we're not going to give you specific information on how to do that work, but give you a foundation on how to run a community development project or organization so that you can do the specifics of your work even better. If you come across a lesson or topic in our training that you already are an expert on, we hope that you will still find something new and interesting in that lesson. Remember that as a leader, you should always trying to be growing and learning in your knowledge and experience. So work through every lesson diligently so that you can learn something new, even if it is a topic or theme that you have engaged with a lot in the past. Remember that our training is geared for someone starting a community project, but it contains valuable information for all kinds of leaders. So, if currently you are not leading a community organization, we hope you will still find relevant information. And again, remember to adapt it or contextualize it to the kind of work that you are doing. We are here to educate and support you, but we will never do something for you that you can do for yourself. We will not make decisions for your program, but we will help you explore options and ideas. You and the other leaders for your program are in full control of it. Cultivate is never going to tell you what to do. We'll simply coach you and help you along so that you can make wise decisions for your program. Also, remember that Cultivate is not going to fund your program. We are an educational training platform meant to build your capacity. We are not a foundation, so we do not have funds to be able to offer you to start or grow your community program. As you work with us, we are going to have certain expectations of you. First and foremost, we expect you to be open, honest, and have good communication with us just as we commit to being open, honest, and have good communication with you. We're here to help you, and that means that we are trying to build a relationship with you. We ask that you share your fears, frustrations, questions with us, especially when it comes to your programs and organization and what you are learning, so that we can know how to better help you. In our coaching with you, we may tell you some things that are difficult to hear or may not be usually said in your context or culture. But remember, we're doing this to help you grow as a leader. Our intention is never to shame you or hurt you, but to help you in your community. So we hope that you will trust us, as sometimes we might give you some very negative or difficult feedback to hear. Let's look at the 4 different types of trainees that Cultivate works with. If you're an independent learner, you have chosen to take 1 or 2 of our courses on your own time and are not getting any coaching from us. You have 90 days to complete your training, and if you decide you want to do a coaching call, simply go to our website and sign up for one. If you are an engaged learner, that means you have chosen to participate in all of our courses in 1 year's time, but are still working through them independently without being part of a larger group. You will receive a few coaching calls from us, and if you want more, again, just return to our website and you can always sign up for more. If you are in a cohort, that means that you have decided to join a group of other community leaders that together you will journey through 1 year to complete our entire program. As a cohort member, you will have certain due dates for homework and activities that you must complete. If you are having difficulties maintaining the pace of the cohort, please talk to us as soon as possible before you get too far behind. We do expect that you stay up to date with your homework and assignments so that you do not fall behind. Again, remember, talk to us as soon as possible if you are having any challenges or struggles. If you are in the cohort, you are going to also participate in a 1 hour group coaching session each month. During this time, we will review the training that will be coming up in the coming month and talk through any challenges or questions that you might have. It's important that you do not miss any of these group coaching sessions. If you know in advance that you cannot make it to one, please talk to us and we will send you the recording. But remember, our expectation is that you not miss more than 2 group coaching sessions in the coming year. If you are an organizational learner, that means that your organization has chosen to offer this training to you and other staff members or volunteers within the organization. And together, you're going to be going through our training program within the timeline that your employer has determined. Regardless of the kind of trainee that you are, we want to remind you of some tips and expectations that we have of you. You should set aside time to work on the training every week. We suggest 3 to 5 hours, but you might find that some weeks you want to invest more time and some weeks some less. Especially if you are in the cohort or organizational learners program, you will have due dates for your work, so make sure to follow your calendar. As an engaged learner, you have 1 year to complete our training, so make sure you don't fall too far behind. During your personal coaching calls, you will also have 1 hour to work with us to talk about your personal progress or questions about the training and your community organization. Remember that when you schedule an individual call, it starts at the exact time that the call is scheduled for, and we will have set aside only 60 minutes. So if you are late to the call, you will have less time to work with us. Remember, Cultivate is located in Minneapolis, Minnesota, in the United States, which means that we are in Central Standard Time. Please make sure you have converted the time when we talk, especially if you are not in the United States. If you reach out to us with questions via email, on Facebook, or WhatsApp, remember that we usually work between the hours of 9 to 5 p.m. during the weekday. You might not get a response for a few days. Please be patient with us. Just as we give ourselves a few days to get back to you, we ask that you respond to us within a few days when we do communicate with you. You have also been given access to a trainee resources website that has answers to frequently asked questions and other important information on our programs. Please refer to this website if you do not understand how to access the training platform, which has the courses that you will be going through. Please refer to this website first when you have questions and then ask us if you cannot find an answer. If you take the time to invest into the training, we promise you will grow immensely as a community leader. The more time and investment you put into it, the more you will get out of it. Above all else, we are here to empower you to grow. We are so excited to work with you. I hope this video has answered some of your questions on how to get started with your training at Cultivate. If you have any questions, reach out to us anytime. We are here to help you. I hope you are as excited to work with us as we are excited to work with you. Good luck on your journey, and now let's get started.